Here we go. Let's see. Let's see if he's like a greatsword type beat, or if he's going for an axe type beat, or if he's a both type beat. As we get into this one on Demon Island, it's a very long, flat stage, which is exactly something you're looking for if you're a greatsword player. He's going to start things off here with the axe. We'll see what he's got with it, whether he goes for... All right, he's already starting off with the signatures there.
Oh,
and he's already thrown out the neutral signature as well. He's thrown out the down, he's thrown out the neutral. See if he throws out the side signature, which covers so much area again with the neutral signature. Now swapping over onto the greatsword.
Now there's one thing, one quite general thing that I'd like to mention, and that's that I feel like a lot of new legends suffer from signature inflation. You tend to overestimate the power of the signatures until the point where you're using them way more than you have any right to. MAK right now showing a really nice balance of, to some extent, you know, not abusing them, but using them to the extent of which he knows that they are usable without really spamming them.
Yeah, I think with a lot, especially the axe signatures, I think you can definitely move that slider towards the signature side of things with where Mugi is right now and like how familiar people are with his signatures and when he's going to use them. It is going to be Kyrios losing first stock here. MAK, yeah, he's able to get back even with burning. Burning that dodge for the GC. Outcomes continue. He loves that neutral signature so far, by far his most usable.
Alright, MAK able to get back up. Side signature not hitting MAK, but actually hitting Power with the second part of it. Now, trying to keep them off with his axe, but MAK is going to be able to get back up. He does so with a couple of nice hits too. They're keeping this even. Edge guard is set up, and they might find a knockout or two. The dare comes out. That's the first one. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, MAK and Power have done a great job of like not being too afraid of these signatures. If MAK wants to rely on them, like they're gonna play around them. They're not gonna be too afraid. They're not gonna play too defensively and let him just like steamroll all over them with the signature usage. Okay, he's gonna grab a big neutral signature and grab both MAK and Power there. Gonna even up the stocks.
Oh, and MAK immediately going for a really nice greatsword swing off the side too. They're building up this damage very nicely so far, but let's not forget, they are also starting to look quite damaged. Power on offstage, looking for his first knockout here. Kyrios struggling to land back onto the stage, but as he does so, they take that control back.
Almost got that neutral signature off of the double like in-light follow-up from Kyrios. That was a great combo they have over there in the corner. That's going to take out MAK Power.
That's so good.
Both members of the red team. That side air could be the one to do it. Yes, it is. Now we're in a 1v1. This is somewhere Power should feel reasonably comfortable. He has definitely the damage lead going into this one. He has no problem fighting against greatswords so far. He's fought against one of the best greatswords in the world in his region, if not the best greatsword in the world. Looking at views for that one. Easy. Burned everything trying to get back. Didn't want to go over to the wall, so he was just going to recover a little bit high over the corner, and Power was ready. He was ready to punish him.
I have to see that offstage knockout from Kyrios. The way he was able to go so far down and pick up that gauntlet there was, I don't know why, but it just looked so clean to me. I believe it should be the very next one right now. Oh, never mind. We're not going to be able to see that one. Either way, very, very nice showing for Power and MAK.
Yeah, Power knew exactly the second he saw that dodge burn, he was going to go in with the sidelight into the recovery, and that was going to be the option he wanted. His opponent would not be able to get away because that dodge was burned.
Double knockout with the neutral signature too, and we are going to immediately see a legend swap. So actually, we're seeing a double legend swap. We're seeing double Olgrim coming out from MAK and Kyrios here. They're definitely looking to keep things funky, fresh.
And they're doing like the classic team of double Olgrims things, where one player will opt into, I believe, the movement stance, which movement speed, which takes out of the dex, and the other one is like just playing normal dex stance. Or, sorry, normal stance that has regular dex standing. I don't remember exactly which stance he was playing. He's not taking out a dex standing.
Yeah, I mean, Olgrim players, they will swear by either 4 dexterity or 2 dexterity. There's no in between.
Nice reverse nair. Also follows up with a side air. Kyrios has a potential setup here to get this stock off of MAK. Looking for the neutral air juggle into the recovery. Only picks up the first part of it.
Look for a GC sidelight off the top. Very nice. Creative option used there by MAK. Unfortunately not going to work though. Power on the offstage. He looks for the second ground pound, but MAK, what a dare! And that's going to be the knockout.
Oh, he gets MAK here as well. MAK, wow, that was a full team wipe there for the blue team onto the red, going to even this one back up. Now we're coming back in. These double Ulgrims, they have one of each weapon, and then Power also has an axe in his hand. Meanwhile, MAK, he may struggle a little bit to get in onto this axe and onto these lance with his gauntlets. He's just kind of playing back here, playing rather reserved, and he'll dash in, throw out a D-Light.
Right.
Yeah, MAK hasn't found like a serious
anti-air here.
He hasn't found a hit like hardly at all until he found that recovery. There's a nice dare coming out from him as well. His damage output has been low since he swapped over onto the gauntlets. Does get his inlight interrupted by Power.
I feel like I'm hearing so many axe swings that my brain is starting to automatically filter them out just because of how overwhelming, just because of the overwhelming amount of them. Kyrios able to get back up only to be met by a ground pound coming up from Power. There's the team combo coming out too. MAK unable to completely extend off of it, but I mean, do you really need to? M4NJI is down into orange. Power, what a play.
You know, Power wanted to take off the top given how damaged his opponent is, but he just like didn't have anything left to get up there. He didn't have recoveries or anything like that. All he could do was like reach with the nair and be like, well, maybe I can get a little bit more damage off of this one instead of just falling back down to the main platform. That's MAK being taken off the top, and that's M4NJI being taken out of this game as well. Kyrios now in the 1v2. He gets one.
Right, Kyrios able to get a sideline there, and he catches both of them. He catches both of them with the read too. That could have been devastating, especially considering both Power and MAK went upward after that attack. So if he went for a jump read, that could have been a double knockout. But Power and MAK, they got blessed there by the 50-50, and they were able to close it out. 2-0 on the board.
Man, it feels so good as a Lance player having sidelight down air as a true option throughout the health spectrum. That feels so good. That gives you so many more options that aren't just sidelight nair or just like hoping for a single hit at a time. Now I'm a little bit more spoiled because as a Brax player I also get D-Light and Light, so I have the stacked option of the D-Light in addition to having that sidelight neutral air or sidelight down air whenever I want. And I love that. A very, very welcome change.
Yeah, for sure. It's bringing a whole new level of consistency into the kit. And speaking of consistency, we're gonna stay consistent with our very first game with the legend picks. Actually, scratch that. Kyrios.
No!
Oh, what is that?
Happening?
What was that knockout?
I didn't even notice him going down. My eyes were on the left side of the screen, and all of a sudden I see MAK off stage, all the way down at the bottom, even off the screen.
I'm gonna have to watch that on replay. It almost looked.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be completely honest. Almost looked like he lagged out, at least from the corner of my eye. But still, Power and MAK, they're staying strong, and they're keeping this competitive. Most certainly, Power is because wow, yeah.
They're keeping it more than competitive. I mean, they're in the lead right now based on MAK only taking like 80 damage on the second stock. And so it's 5-4. This is Power really stepping it up here after MAK essentially, from what it looked like, fell over into the blast zone. Uh-oh.
Kyrios
it's
up the D-Sig and it works!
Oh, no!
Messes up the timing ever so slightly. You can't make those kinds of mistakes around an Ulgrim D-Signature. It'll be your device.
And if it was the other blue team member in that spot, if it was Power with like gauntlets in his hands, that was going to be the easiest punish of all time. It would have been a fully charged side sig, and he would have been in absolutely no danger of getting hit by that Ulgrim D-Sig. So that's just unfortunate which member of the blue team it was there at that time. Oh, nice D-Light side air from MAK over on the left. It's going to put Kyrios on final stock.
Alright, Signature going to knock MAK out, and just like that, we're now in a 1v2, and it's up to Power to make this work. 1 stock against 3.
Dude, sidelight, D-Light, or N-Light, D-Light into the D-Sig that he just threw out, man, it's so devious if you expect them to get like the turnaround combo, and so you try to dodge through them and get away from it, and all of a sudden they're able to cover both sides of that D-Sig. That's so tough to go up against as a M4NJI. Power's going to end up falling there. It's 3 stocks on the board for the red team. The M4NJI swap, the swap back to M4NJI, paying dividends for this red team, keeping them alive in the set.
All right, let's see. First stock. I want to see what happened on this first stock. The ground pound into there on stage. And okay.
I guess he just got caught in the middle of all of his stuff early on.
So,
No, Sandwich,
all
replay
right,
that
I
again.
might be
wanna see
grasping
that.
at straws. No, he did a gauntlet nair and then just kind of fell. I feel like he did a gauntlet nair
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
it's right
mistimed when he's gonna be out of recovery frames, and so he tried to jump and then thought he jumped, but then didn't jump and then got
Yeah,
knocked out or self-destructed.
He was already like, play it one more time. Since we're resetting this game, play it one more time for me if you would. He was already caught in the middle. Yeah, like there's a dodge up, there's a jump up. He's falling down, hits the dare, does not touch the ground, gets caught in the middle of that. He gets
it was
hit,
the last
so he gets,
one.
Yeah, he gets hit, so he gets one more jump. That moves him over onto the right side of the stage because he didn't touch the ground when he got hit by that side air. The side air was the clutch move.
See that.
Here it is. He gets hit one more jump. There's one more jump. Reaches up with the
Yeah,
neutral
he only
air.
has
He has
recovery.
nothing else.
Yeah, only recovery at that point, which is why you didn't see the sweat beat. But why would you recover there? Of course, you're gonna try to jump. Yeah, you saw by the red of that smoke. You're indeed correct, Sparky. That was very last jump, very messy interaction. One that left us puzzled and probably Power too. Why is my jump key not working? Well, looks like that's the reason. All right, we're moving into our match point here. It's going to be game 4.
That's just like mega unlucky. I've definitely been there where you get caught like 2/3 of the way through your stuff and you're like, oh man, come on. They're gonna look to wash their hands out of that game. MAK, okay, he's bringing some work over here onto Kyrios, juggling him into the sky, forcing him over all the way on the right side. He's just gonna let Power go in, get the GCD light into the ground pound onto MAK, deleting him from this game about 35 seconds in. Oh, this is scary for Kyrios, and he's gone too.
Yeah, soon to follow, man. And MAK and Power, what is that combo? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do with that GCDing off the D-Light? That's not even, that's not what are you trying to do, as in, that doesn't make any sense. I've just never seen anything like it. My neurons have never been fired in this sequence before.
The first time that's ever been seen. It's world's first here on the Pro Brawlhalla side stream. This is why you watch the side stream for those unorthodox options like that. The blue team has a solid lead here on red. Power's going to do his best to float above the red team, not get caught in the middle between those two, where they can pull out a combo on him and add up a ton of damage while he's reasonably fresh on this stock. Both of them are extremely damaged. There's the side light. Ooh, the GC side light ends up hitting his teammate, but he pulls out of it so he doesn't put more damage on him. Turns around, gets the KO onto MAK. Here comes MAK with that neutral light counter punish.
Alright, Kyrios doing a really good job now at racking up some damage onto Power. Could it be too little, too late? They already have the across the board stock advantage at this point. M4NJI is just trying to play safe at this point. He doesn't have anything at this point. GC comes out, no jumps, no recovery. He's able to get back onto stage for but a moment. He's getting harassed right now.
At least he was like up there floating long enough for his dodge to come off of cooldown after going for the GC. Nice side sig there to send MAK over to the edge. He's going to turn around. Power, he was sitting there like trying to D-light the opponent away, but he ends up getting hit. So does MAK. That's a full double KO. It's a full team wipe there for M4NJI. Still signs of life in this red team. They need a victory here to push it to a game 5. Otherwise, it's going to be a 3-1 for MAK and Power. The backside of that, MAK gets the punish afterwards. Ooh, nice save with the recovery. Oh, great interruption!
That was an interruption from the enemy, I'm pretty sure. The down signature would have knocked out his teammate. There you go, there's the first stock. And now it's a 1v2. Kyrios against Power and MAK. And light comes out and the Sayer follows it up. That's going to be game. I have to see the interrupt, as you mentioned. I have to see that.
Yeah, we'll get that on the replay after this 3-1 from MAK and Power.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think the enemies accidentally saved him from almost getting like a team knockout. I'm fairly confident.